sure. I got
Yeah,
you.
they were high end. You know,
Yeah.
you got to pick what you wanted in there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could, you know, change your kitchens and this, that, and the other, but they were still cookie cutter to me.
Yeah. There's like 5 different models to choose from type deal.
Right. Yeah.
And we'll turn the floor plan 90 degrees so that you don't realize it's the same
Yeah.
as the
I'll
neighbor 6
I'll put
houses
the
down.
window on the opposite side of the
Yeah.
room and nobody
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
that you have the same house as your neighbor. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'll charge you $800,000 for it.
Right. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, man, that dude, I tried to hire a guy one time who he worked for Lennar, which, that's Lennar, that's what they do. They
Shit.
build those kinds of
Shit.
houses.
Yeah, they build shit.
Oh yeah, all DR Horton, all the, yeah, it's all dog shit. But I was trying to hire this guy because he's just that's what he did. He did production, and he was like the guy who would go into the city council and kind of get approvals for them.
Right.
And I wanted to get him because I wanted his connections basically, and I wanted that to kind of fall under my company. Anyway, it never worked out, but when I was talking to him, man, I found out that they built in California for $44 a square foot. It's like,
No,
what the fuck?
no. And
It's just,
then they sell for 200 a square foot.
300, yeah, 350. Yeah. And I just couldn't, like, again, that's just on a normal remodel for me. A normal remodel would normally work out to about 1,200 a square foot.
Right.
So 1,200, and so I was just like, how the fuck do you guys? And it's because they just lean on all their subs so much, so like no one's making money, and it's
No,
all about
you only
speed.
make money because of volume. You don't make
Right.
it because of
Exactly.
your precision work. So so a lot of the builders around here that do that, they give their superintendents a bonus if they have a house closed, a CO on it in 45 days.
That's insanity. In 45 days?
45. I don't want anything that you built that took 45
Yeah,
days.
no way. That's insane. Yeah. Jesus. That's
It'll
crazy.
fall apart.
That's so crazy. I mean, I can't, again, 45 days would be like for again, it's like a normal kind of like remodel for me. That's how long it would take to like approve shop drawings for cabinets, let alone, you know what I mean? Let alone
Right.
turn a
Yeah.
house over.
I know. Because before COVID hit, and the downturn of the market back in '08, I was doing trim and decks and I was making killer money, and then 2008 hit and then a builder screwed me out of almost $250,000 and, disappeared. So I rolled what I had into doing remodels. So that carried me through.
Mm-hmm.
Got through that. Then I kind of got out of building for a little while, went to work for somebody else, went to work for Time Warner Cable, and I hated that shit. And then I went back to work for myself
Right.
doing cabinets. That way it was just, I come in, do what I got to do. I
Yep.
leave. I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to argue with anybody.
Right.
And
Right.
then that guy ran a stop sign and I T-boned him and I had 3 discs replaced in my neck.
Oh,
So at that
yikes.
point, hanging cabinets on a wall where you got to throw them up on
Yeah,
top of
that
your
ain't
head to
happening.
hold them,
Yeah, that
it
ain't
it
happening.
it slows you down a little bit.
Yeah,
So I
right.
was out of work for a year. I had to sell all my soul that I had bought at like $8 and $9 to carry me through. And so now here I am sitting, and I made it through, but I just can't. I can't do, like, I just took a bathroom remodel on for a lady. Took me 3 weeks to do it. I did it by myself. Made
Right.
pretty good money, but I wasn't in any hurry.
Right. 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 Yeah, and as long as you
So,
like talk to the homeowner and just let them know, hey, this is gonna be a while, it's all good.
well, most of the people that I work for so a lot of the builders I used to work for, some of them have quit, some of them retired, some of them, they call me for their personal stuff.
Right. Right.
Like there's a builder called me 2, 3 weeks ago and he's like, "Hey man, are you still doing cabinets?" I hadn't talked to him in 3 years.
Yep.
He's like,
Yep.
"Hey, I got some stuff at my house that I want you to do."
Love it. Yeah, love it. That's when
So,
you know you did something right.
well, I mean, I'd rather just do it one time than have to come back and fix. Fucking can't stand fixing fuck ups.
Yeah,
That pisses me off
right,
more than anything.
right. Same here. Same here. It's nothing worse than that. Nothing worse than having to go back somewhere. You're not making money. It's all
Nope.
they're upset. You're upset. Yeah, just nothing's good about it. Yeah, not fun. I didn't realize that you did cabinets, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's a
I
good
mean,
it's a good trade.
I've done everything, man. I started out framing houses with a guy when I was 18, and then we went into doing trim, and then we went into doing this, and so I've done it all. I've done
Yeah,
plumbing, I've done electrical, I've done it all.
right, right, right. Yeah, similar to me. I started off with floors. Started off doing flooring, and then that turned into to everything else. Morning, JJ.
Yo, GM, everyone. Just getting done with a space I ran late to. Just a whole fucking day got shifted. I had to go pick up my boys early from school. They got sick, or one of them got sick, and we just brought both of them home. And so I ended up doing a stream that got pushed back from Maui, and then I forgot that I committed to join someone's space, and I showed up half an hour late to that. But all that to say, man, doing great. I'm about to post up our weekly recap. I'm super giraffe-ish, and I just wanted to give a quick shout out. I'm looking at the post underneath, the space. Make sure that you're liking, you're reposting, that you're leaving comments. I'm going through the comments right now, and yo, Bitter Bongman, man, yo, that
He's the best.
graffiti, yeah, I mean everybody, yo, low key. Bearder Bongman sent me a bunch of artwork, bro, and just like made my day with my giraffe, like in different like Yankee gear and at the shooting range, just fucking the community members that we have, and I know it's just not him. There's everyone, the creativity, but I just wanted to give a shout out, yo, Bearder Bongman, that grab a giraffe graphic that you got, fam. Yo, that shit goes so hard, man. Let me know if you can share that template. The orange, like the gradient orange going to pink with the blue in the background, man. That shit hits hard, man. If that's up for sharing, please let me know. Or actually, I'll probably just throw into Chat GBT and swap out the giraffe. But all that to say, I wanted to give flowers, fam. Back to you, Joe.
All good. Maui, we have an announcement today. Maui, are you up here? Thought I brought you up here.
She
There
says
she
speak on
is.
my end.
Yeah, maybe she can't talk. But yes, Maui Nancy is. We're going to be announcing the giveaway here pretty quickly, about
Yo,
an
she's
hour
on
from now.
fire, ain't she, Joe? Like just with the back-to-back giveaways and the just putting
Constant,
community first. Like I just wrapped up
constant.
one with her. We picked a winner on my live stream just a couple minutes ago, about an hour ago. Man, we had like over 8,000 impressions for a 12-hour giveaway. Just she's just killing it, and I just want to again. I guess I'm in the mood of giving flowers when flowers are due, and just the way she stepped up and is trying to quarterback this, man. Just much love and flower vibes from Howie Nancy, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. She deserves it. I think she rugged though. She'll be back. Yeah, she's been doing. I mean, her giveaway. Well, her giveaways have been great, but I liked her little raffle ticket scheme. That
Yeah,
is
that's fire.
that was good thinking there.
Yeah, and
That's giraffe
gets people to
thinking.
do creates volume.
Yeah,
So as long as you take the winnings for or the price of the raffle tickets and go and buy a draft with it, then you create volume and then you break you kind of break even, but you're doing good for the community.
And what's
Like
really
that's
dope. I'm sorry. Well, I
good.
was gonna say real quick. What's really dope about that, what I like, of like the mindset behind that is, like for me, like I've hosted a couple giveaways. I've been spot like how would you say, like someone else will run a giveaway and like tag me, and so like I've been doing this for a little bit. Even when we were doing War Room, remember Doug? All that to say, what I like about this, the mindset behind here is that people have skin in the game, like buying a lottery ticket. Like a lot of the time, my giveaway my giveaways might get rated by bots or like all accounts or what have you. But like this setup here is just genius in that there's some type of skin in the game, and I just really like that. I think that's a whole different vibe and a dope vibe for the giveaway space. So just great, great, great.
We be talking fire, fire, fire in the hole.
There she is.
Okay,
There she
I've
is.
got 2 minutes before I get in the car and go deliver lunch. And then when I get back from lunch delivery, we'll pick the winner. But thank you, JJ. I really appreciate you. I thought about that raffle. I ran it past Dunk. We idealized it over it. Then all of the giraffes got swept off the floor. I wanted to sweep, the 15 giraffes and get that stacker. But then all how can I help make that happen for this community? And so I said, well, what about a raffle ticket? I wanted to keep it to the lowest amount possible. So you really had a great option, a great chance percentage of winning. And so 10 right now, is perfect at one soul a piece. I was able to give it away. I was able to buy the next giraffe. As soon as I sent it out, I bought that next giraffe, which ended up being the first giraffe, which I was really excited. Didn't even know that was going to happen. And then I bought the rest in Gary. The excess in Gary, over 1,000 that I'm going to give away my next raffle, is what we've been giving away right now. Today with you, Joe. Yesterday, Dunk. To use up those excess coins to give back to the community. So, super excited. I will tell you right now that the next raffle will start tomorrow morning on Aloha Friday. So we're going to do an Aloha Friday, kind of the same routine, 10 tickets.
I think we lost you there, Maui. There we go. There we go.
He bought 3. His chance was 80% and it off. So you can, you can or you can't, but it allows, oh, am I still here? It
Yeah,
allows
you're here.
somebody a really good chance of spending one soul and package. So I'm really excited about that.
Yes, love it, Maui. It really is. It's a great program you got going there. It's a great way to keep moving volume. Great way for someone to win a giraffe, especially if they don't have one yet. Any new people in here, if you don't have a giraffe, like this is a great cheap way to get one. You're not guaranteed, obviously, it's a raffle, but if you do what happened in the last one, buy three raffle tickets, that's 3 soul. You have 30% chance of winning, and it's what happened last time. So you never know. I would encourage people to do that. It's a great way to snag a giraffe. And I'm sure as time goes on, more of those are going to pop up. I have a feeling other people will start
I
Doing some
have a
giveaways.
good feeling.
doing their own.
Yeah, so let's get it done. And remember, we only need one giraffe sale in that 24-hour period in which we have, I'm just going to go on the safe side, 6 more hours for a giraffe to be sold for all 5 of those stackers to remain in the pool. So we don't need 4 people to buy a giraffe today. Now, you want to enter into that pool, then for sure, for sure.
Oh, we haven't
But
had a buy yet?
no, it was just
I thought we
Adrian's.
had a few buys.
No, it was
Oh,
Adrian's purchase yesterday that happened at 5:30 Pacific time. There must be another
okay.
draft sold before 5:30 Pacific time. Adrian's going to buy one. Somebody else in the thread said their friend was going to buy one. But remember, we don't need 10 sales today. We need 10 sales over 10 days. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Right.
Okay. All right. I got to go. I'll be listening.
The
Okay.
last sale was 17 hours ago.
Well, I think we should. I guess we're just going to start shaming people if you don't buy. We'll just start calling people out and asking when the last time was you bought one. We'll just have to start resorting to that. So
Mm-hmm.
somebody go buy one. Otherwise, that's going to have to be the reality in here.
All I know is Eddie said that his friend was in big consideration of buying one, and Adrian. So I'm kind of chatting between those two, saying, okay, let's not go down to the wire and expect the other to do it. So I
Exactly.
said, let's have clear communication so this all works for everybody.
All right. Good, good. Good, good. What up, young Woo?
It's Woo. How's it going?
Pretty good, man.
I was wondering about the stacker agent draft sales thing going on right now. It's like we get a stacker agent removed from that pool if we don't
If
get
no one
like a
If
buys.
there's no
sale.
sale in 24 hours.
Yeah.
But
If
then
no one
it's
buys.
also it doesn't have to be like a fresh sale also, right? Like it still counts if it's like an offer is.
No, offers don't count.
Offers count as the sales. They don't count as like getting a you can't like win the stacker, but it still counts as the 24-hour sale.
Yeah, so we wouldn't get one removed if
Yeah,
we did
you still wouldn't get
offer.
one removed. There's no punishment, but there's no reward, I guess is the point.
Okay, sweet. Well, yeah, if anyone, if we're getting down to the wire and we need to
But here's the
make some
alpha
purchases,
play.
then
Here's the
yeah,
alpha
tell me.
play though. So if no one buys one between, like now and you're coming up to 4 hours, then you just go buy one because now you're guaranteed to win the stacker. But, other people, the risk there is other people might be planning on that though. So, you know, you if you wait, if there's a 24-hour period, nobody is buying a giraffe. Well, you just go in and buy one, and now you just got a stacker.
Well,
So,
wait. So if you buy a giraffe, you get a stacker?
well, no, not just 1-to-1, but if no one else had bought one, then you would win there, right? Because you would be the only person who's eligible for that day
Oh, so it's every day there's a stacker
for
being
five for
given out?
5 days. Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay.
So,
No,
you
so
know,
so I hold on real quick. I think there may be a little bit of confusion there. So my understanding is that it's going to be a pool of 5 giraffes, and whenever Gary announces that
okay. I thought it
there's
was 5 days. Okay,
yeah,
never
well,
mind
so
then.
he may drag it out 5 days, but everybody's entry up until he says counts for
Okay,
every those 5 days. So like let's just imagine it's 30 days from now, and we had 30 days of giraffe being purchased
I see.
once at least once a day. Then day one there will be 5 on the table, and however many entries during those 30 days will get the chance, and then it will roll over to the
I
next
see.
day for the
I
next
see.
four, and so on and so forth. At least
So
that's my
forget what I
understanding.
said. Forget what I said, Christian. Forget what I said. Never mind. I misunderstood.
Alpha Alpha plays?
I misunderstood the rules there. So I got that
Okay, no
wrong.
worries.
I got that wrong.
Well, what I was getting at is like, yeah, if we're getting down to the wire, I'd be down to
I thought it was a
we'll
daily
figure it
thing.
out some offers with people, right? Like how you just kind of like keep shifting the coin
Yeah.
around, where
Yeah.
uh because I don't know, I mean, sure for all of us, right? Like these things are getting expensive now. So yeah, if we could pass one around, taking each other's offers, for like 2 SOL or something, and just keep kind of moving the pot, I'd be down to
Right.
participate in that.
And who knows?
Right.
Maybe you'll
We
end up
could,
with an extra
yeah,
draft out of it.
yeah, do
Like that wouldn't
something
be
like
so
that.
bad, would it?
So
Yeah,
I thought Maui had
we keep going back and
won a
forth, right?
stacker. I guess Maui didn't win a stacker. I thought she
No,
won
so
one.
you're confusing because he says stacker. She's talking about skill stacker token.
Oh,
She's not
okay.
talking about a stacker. She's talking about she won from the
She
morning
won
live stream
skill stacker. Okay.
from
Adrian,
his
why are you
live
fucking
stream.
with me, Adrian?
So she's been entering, and I've won some of it too, because all the way that he's been doing that giveaway was just you just buy some of his skill
See, this
stackers.
is why you can't copy names, Adrian. Hey, Maui.
Yeah, I called it the stacker packer because a giraffe and 1000 comes down the road with a stacker agent technology.
No, I'm not. No. I misunderstood. See, I thought because you had bought a giraffe.
Right.
Okay, since you had bought a giraffe with the stacker packer raffle.
Yeah.
I thought that Gary was doing a raffle for 5 days
No.
with. Okay, yeah. See, I misunderstood the rules entirely.
Realistically, Gary wants that floor to be 10 soul.
Of course,
So
yeah.
he's not
Or
going to
higher.
stop this until we get to a 10 floor soul. So how many giraffe is that?
I
Is that
see.
14? So we gotta be
I
ready for
see.
another 14 days. That's why I keep saying we only need one a day, because this is gonna take 14,
That's it.
15,
Okay.
16
So we could
days.
just go there and sweep all the way up to to
There you go. And there's another sweep.
or
Exactly.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that all the stackers so even right now, if a well came in and raised the floor and just swept all these giraffe, and now tomorrow morning we're sitting at a 10 sold floor, that we still need to sell the next day to continue, just to continue the momentum. So it's not like, hey, we get to a
yeah, I
10
know.
Solana floor, then it stops. It's just kind of like low key, that seems like the goal, like that the reason for this giveaway is to kind of build momentum for that. And it's honestly beneficial for all of us. Like, imagine how dope it will be if one giraffe was 10 Solana before like wallets were doxed and like all of this, like, and then a wallet gets doxed, and then we're off to the races. It's just a higher starting point, if that makes sense. But I agree with you, Maui. I think a lot of this promotion and this energy is to position us up for the next phase of this journey.
Awesome, guys. Okay, this is great. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad I have a better understanding now. You know me, guys. I'm kind of slow. It's hard for me to fully understand things sometimes. So thanks for bearing
He
Or
with
you're
me.
said
about
that
to
he
just
would give
buy
these
all those,
5
get your
stackers
stacker.
away when he went live to the 50 stackers.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Okay.
So between now and him going live to the 50 stackers, we need to keep the floor clean. One sale a day.
There we
Back
go,
about
guys.
a thousand, not
There's our
a month.
mission.
His month, what he roughly said about a month for that, but who knows?
Okay. Well, there's the mission. I got it.
He played out. If you it's JJ, did you put it in your recap? But I know in this, I think it was in the stream today, he went over like the rough times that he expects things to be released, but nothing is in cement or anything like that.
Yeah,
Just
if
just know that.
yeah, if you check out my my pin, thanks for pinning it, Dunk. My recap on point number point number 5, the project timeline. He gives a rough estimate of internal testing. The goal is to reach this within the next week or two. Public doxed wallet. He's hoping to get that one wallet we've been waiting for doxed in April. Then he's hoping that there's going to be a creator early access docs wallet. So, for example, he keeps talking about like letting Dunk be able to test with him. So because Dunk is just an amazing community member with like the video content, so allowing someone like Dunk, to have early access to start building up the content behind it. After that, he's looking to release the stacker agent, excuse me, the access to all stackers, the 50 stackers, between May and June. He's hoping that Giraffe get access between June and July, and then hoping that public access is Q4 or Q1 of next year, just as a rough time estimate when he was on stream this morning.
And if you want those videos, you have to subscribe to my OnlyFans. There's other stuff in there, but I'll include all those videos in there too. Joe, I'll give you a free membership.
What are you talking about? Free membership? I thought I'm the one who like is gonna film everything.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let.
Man, that got
Oh
awkward
What,
man.
real
JJ?
quick.
You jealous? You want a membership too?
Nah, fam. I'll do some.
Nah, fam.
I'll do
Nah,
some.
fam.
I'll do some. I'll do some fun shit for some feet pics, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Not with both Joe and Dunk in the same room. I think I might get a little shy, man.
Again, I really do feel like starting a store that sells fans called OnlyFans is a super
Dude, don't give
solid
our fucking
idea.
idea away. Don't give our idea
Yo,
away.
I love that. That's fucking hilarious.
Don't give our fucking idea. Why are you announcing that shit, bro? That was gonna be our thing.
Go get a trademark and
OnlyFans
copy.
Good.
on Melrose.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like over on like Melrose, like where all the like
I'll put it in Beverly Hills, like
yeah, like
on Rodeo.
where all the like faucets and lights and
What?
only fans.
I mean, I actually went to a place called the Stuff Store.
The stuff store? Where's that?
Yeah, I mean, never guess what they sold.
Just stuff? Yeah,
Stuff.
stuff. God, there's so many. Like
Like
I always wonder how those
stuffing.
places pay rent. Just shit. They just sell shit. Just a bunch of random
Well,
shit.
it's the stuff that goes on the back rooms that pays the rent. You know that. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
exactly. I know.
Like it's either drugs or Fight
Yeah,
Club.
right.
It's one of the two. It's that one of the two things.
So like my favorite little stores in all of LA are like right there off of like Santa
Melrose,
Fe,
right?
like like when you kind of like get down to like kind of past downtown, and it's
Oh
and
yeah,
it's like
yeah, that's
Santa
yeah.
Fe and Maple, and
Hmm.
and like all those like streets right there, and then you'll see like a restaurant. There'll be like a Mexican restaurant, but there's like no tables. There's no
Yeah,
tables, no menus, like no like open sign. I went into one time because I was just kind of like in that area to go meet a client, and it's it's a restaurant. It's like El Salvador food, or and I went in, and there's nothing, no tables, no chairs, nothing at all. There's just like just like
a counter,
a counter,
right?
abuelita
Hmm.
standing right there, and I'm like, yo, can I get a Coke? And I mean the like drinkable kind. And like it's like, you guys are a restaurant, huh? Okay, sure. Yeah, understood. Thank you. Yeah, and
Like you don't get it. You don't get the culture,
but
man.
like the whole, I'm telling you, dude, like that whole street right there,
Oh, I
it's
know.
like
Like
every
there's a lot
single
of
one of them is
chains.
like that. Every single
Hmm.
one of the, quote unquote restaurants is like that. And you're just like, geez, man, that's some kind of front. Um,
Yeah,
and
man.
they're just
It's
block
it's
after
it's
block. Yeah.
always it's a very successful restaurant that definitely
If
makes a
you
lot of
if you could
money.
only see
A lot
those
of money.
tax returns, right?
Those tax men, they are doing really well,
Printing.
really
They're
well.
printing.
Print
It's
so
to
much
go
business.
only. Yeah, to go only, no overhead. Why have the
That's
trip?
right.
It's quick turnover.
You only have to pay the little grandma who's standing up there at the counter who sold me a diet coke. So yeah, it's amazing. It's freaking amazing. And there's so many of them too. It's like
Hmm.
just one right next. It's like, so how are all these multi-million dollar restaurants right next to each other? Man, they're doing great. It's amazing. So, but I mean, that's it, man. As long as they're paying their taxes, they don't get messed with. People don't realize. No one's going in there asking questions. We'll put our
Wait, we're
OnlyFans
speaking
store right
taxes.
there. Yeah, dude. That's how they get away with it, because they just pay taxes and no one asks questions.
Hmm.
So I wanted to tell you guys something I was looking at here. Let me pull this up real quick. So looking at the little like today in crypto news. Magic Eden acquires Slingshot. Hold on, it wasn't that. Dedicated. Okay, yeah. This was something that I read that I wanted to mention. DOJ ends crypto unit dedicated to crypto related investigations. So I have a feeling because of that, lots of money is gonna flow on chain here. That was
That makes sense.
that was yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday. So, I think a lot of like I have a feeling as soon as like things kind of settle down, because this is a very strange time right now, how like we'll get good news and then the markets just crash. Sooner or later that's going to have to stop. This is just wild. Every day it's like up 10%, good news comes out and then it like goes down 20%. Up 10, it's just wild. I don't get it. So,
Hey, but I gotta say, Gary Coin has been weathering that
oh,
pretty
Gary
damn
Coin's
well,
been
all
doing.
things
Yeah.
considered. Ben,
Oh, are you kidding me? We're doing we're like the only thing doing
yeah,
fantastic. Yeah, we're doing great. I'm not saying that like no FUD on us. We're doing phenomenal.
I'm just saying, like, everybody that I've seen, they're like,
You're
oh
getting me
man,
off the
I'm
point I'm
majoring
trying to make, Dunk.
in crypto.
And the thing
Go
is,
ahead.
like sooner or later, all this is gonna have to like stop just being ridiculous and not like right now just doesn't make any sense at all. Again, it's like good news comes out, markets go to shit. Well, things like this, like that little headline I just read, sooner or later, I think that the manipulation will kind of have to tamp down at some point, and things are going to have to start being somewhat coherent. Like right now, there's just things are just incongruent. Like there's no relationship between like reality and price. It's just so out of whack right now. Sooner or later, that has to balance out. Or I think it has to. Maybe not. Maybe it's just never does, and it just always stays crazy manipulated. But I have a feeling, that can't last forever. Is where I'm going with it. And then with the headline, like I just read, it's just going to be such a obvious place for people to stash their money. Like people who want to avoid taxes, people who want like tax shelters, and don't want um, the IRS like looking into their dollars.
Inheritance tax is a huge thing that I think of.
It's such an
Yeah, that
obvious
shit.
place to put
Huge.
the
And
money.
inheritance tax
Such an
sucks.
obvious.
Yeah, it's like cool. Like
Like
that's a huge tax just
I
so
pay
for no
taxes on
reason.
this asset already. Like, why do you need to double tap like my heirs to pay taxes on the same fucking asset that I've been paying taxes on my whole fucking life? Like, I just don't get it, man. Like, I think about it
Mm-hmm.
with like real estate. Like, like my whole portfolio, and like my whole fucking life that I'm like running this business, I'm paying fucking taxes. And then when I go ahead and leave it in a trust or whatever the fuck, for my heirs, for my kids, or like however that looks like, when they inherit it, they gotta pay taxes. Like, what the fuck? All this double and triple
Mm-hmm.
dipping, like, sounds like a scam.
You know, you might be able to, JJ. You might actually have some insight on this. I've actually thought about like talking to my parents about taking over their loan on their house. Like I would buy the loan off them.
Yeah, there are a couple ways to that. Sometimes you're not able to directly buy it, but you can
Well, you put it in a trust, right?
assume it. Yeah. So real quick,
Yeah.
if I may, so I had this one property that we acquired, and there was a man living in it. He had a VA loan, which are some of the best loans you can get for mortgages, and he wanted to walk away from his property altogether. He didn't want to sell it. He didn't want to have to pay commissions or inspections or repairs. He didn't want to have to pay taxes for capital gains. He just wanted to walk away from his property. And so what we did, because real estate, what I love about it is that you can get creative as fuck. And so what we did is we did a LLC. We formed a new LLC to own this property. And we necessarily didn't um record that with the mortgage. But like just for all intent and purposes, like with our lawyer, we drew up an LLC, and this guy was 98% owner of the LLC. I was a 1% owner, and then my wife was a 1% owner. And he like the language was written in such that there were no payments due to him as long as his mortgage was covered month after month. So we technically assumed the mortgage, moved into the house, paid the mortgage on time, and then about 2 years later, unfortunately, Mr. Conklin passed away. And because the way our LLC was written, when he passes away, that 98% share was inherited by us. So now I own 50% and my wife owns 50%, and we still have a VA mortgage on the loan, even though he's passed away some time ago, if that makes sense. So, that's one of those things that Doge would probably crack down on if this was government. Like it's one of those things like how can you be 354 years old collecting Social Security and you're older than our country? Let's fix that. So kind of one of those things, but it works for me for right now. So
Yeah, yeah. Like I know there's so many creative ways. So that like that I was looking at things like that because I've already thought about it. I'm like, damn, like I don't want to pay like all this stuff for like it's just sitting there. I'm like, why not? I mean, my parents are in their 70s. They're not I don't want them to go anytime soon, don't get me wrong. Like, but it's like they I don't I like I think about that. I'm like, well, I'm not if I own the house and they just live in it for the rest of their life, who cares, right? It doesn't matter to me. If and then when the time comes, I would just own it or and then if I had to sell, you know what I mean, like I just think about all that stuff. Why and but with crypto, that's kind of like the point that I was getting at, that it's like I keep it, I have stuff in my wallet, I don't need to go and get the government's permission to transfer it from my bank account to somebody else's. I could just send it to somebody else and it's transferred. So there's no like, oh, you if you want that in your bank account, at some point, even like as far as the
I
inheritance
think
stuff, I think that that just keeping it under your under your bed or under your mattress is probably the safer way to get around all those unnecessary unethical taxes. I mean, I know that we need some forms of taxes to cover the country, but not ones that where they're just like double dipping on stuff like that. That's just wrong.
yeah, it's super interesting, and I would definitely advise you. I mean, we can talk offline, but look into the LLC. You mentioned something. You did some homework on trust. I would say, like really lean into like estate planning, and just kind of seeing what that looks like, from a financial standpoint. And
Hmm.
there are all types of estate planners and attorneys that whose business is not necessarily to find the loopholes, but to kind of find the loopholes, if that makes sense. So definitely tap in. But yeah,
We're all okay with the plain speak here.
yeah, yeah,
So-
I mean, I don't know. This is a recorded space, and I don't know what kind of
But yeah, I mean,
shenanigans
but
and
you're not talking about doing anything that's not part of the tax code. And if
depositions.
you want the tax code, like if you want that law changed, then it push to get it changed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
No,
I guess that's the
one
thing.
100%. But yeah, I'll land here. It's super important to know, no matter what kind of assets that you have or that you're hoarding or storing wealth in. The same thing works in crypto. To know your on ramp and your off ramp. If you have a bunch of Bitcoin and you don't know how to get that Bitcoin to like spend or anything like that, like how to off ramp it, it's super important. And the same thing is with real life assets, whether you inherit like a chest full of gold, whether you inherit a new Lambo or an estate, real estate, whatever that looks like. Just be educational enough, be conversational enough that that you have this blessing of acquiring this asset, but now how do you protect this asset in the long run? Is kind of my message that I'll land there.
I sell all my Bitcoin by meeting somebody behind Walmart, and I bring a briefcase, and I tell them to bring cash. I want them to be really nice, like fresh bills. That's like a requirement, and I've never had a problem with it so far. I'm sure it will never backfire on me.
Nah, fam. What you need to do is get your hand on those $5 million gold cards and accept that for currency because someone will pay you in these cards and then you go flip these cards instead of for 5 million. You go flip them. I think that's the alpha play right there, man.
You mean just sell them for like little gold plate, like the kind that you get like
No, I'm
Costco,
talking.
like the little
I mean,
gold?
sure, but I was talking about the Trump gold cards, the
The
resident.
gold card, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the $5 million gold card to be a resident.
yeah, man. I hate to break it to you. There's probably not much gold in that.
Damn it! Not five,
It's they're gold plated.
not
There's not
$5 million worth.
definitely not $5 million worth. You're buying that as a collectible. So know that the cost of materials are not in there. So if you want to go spend $5 million, if I had $5 million, I would go buy more Gary. I'd buy more Draft. I'd buy more things in crypto. I would not buy that. Like this is not financial advice to anybody. Don't go buy that shit. Go buy something that actually is worth
Fucking
something.
rugs.
Like that is a rug. Like I don't care your political opinion on that. That is garbage. Do not buy that.
Well, it's for people to buy citizenship.
Oh, well.
It's
It's
the
the same thing
utility,
as
though. It's the
it's the
utility.
same thing as every other country in Europe has.
Yeah.
It's called a golden passport.
Yo, I didn't know
You
that until this hit the headlines. And Joe, please share about it if you know a little bit more. But I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now with Portugal. I like
You're
to
you're
collect citizenships.
you're
Yeah.
you're,
$5 million
you're
dollars.
Now
paying.
it's 500,000 in
So you're paying
Portugal.
for Portugal citizenship to get their
Yeah.
passport. Oh, that's
Yeah.
fire. That's fire.
I like to be nimble.
Yeah, I think
I don't want to be stuck anywhere.
yeah, that uncovers like this whole global citizen thing, like acquiring passports from different regions of the world. I had one time looked into getting a passport from Spain because Spain does this thing where if you're Puerto Rican and you can like prove your lineage that you have like a parent or a grandparent that was born on the island, they'll kind of expedite your process to citizenship in Spain. And I was thinking about the same shit, just having a dual citizenship. And actually, Joe, I'll leave it here. That doesn't surprise me so much because aren't you like you have different like your ID card is from like the other side of the planet.
Palua.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're
I'm a
on
resident of Palua.
you're on that global citizenship tip, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so that you can avoid like when you're
Like if you wanted to go to Cuba back in the day, right? Like you'd have to have a international passport. Same thing,
well,
right?
you could leave from Mexico and stuff. You could, yeah, you could,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it was still a little risky, but I know I went that route when I went.
yeah. You're not going to get in trouble. It's not 1956. You're not going to like get stopped at the border for going into Cuba. Any time in our lifetime at least. But yeah, so like the reason why I do all that stuff is so that I can, you can like KYC under that. So, rather than having to KYC with my, like California ID or,
Yeah, KYC, and then you have
tax
then
repercussions and stuff like that.
when you KYC with that, it also makes it so you might qualify for things that aren't allowed
That's
in the
right.
United
Yeah,
States,
that's
right?
right. So like stuff like, for instance, like an easy one, like Mexi. I think Mexi you can't use in America anymore. Isn't that right? Um, so stuff like that, where it's, you set your VPN somewhere else, and then now I've got, an ID from Palua, which has no restrictions. So that's the whole reason there.
But so can I
And
ask a question about that real quick? So
yeah,
um I don't know about Palua, but like generally speaking, aren't the tax repercussions worse in Europe? Like, I hear everybody in the UK and
oh,
the
for
Netherlands.
sure,
So like,
for sure.
so what's the play there? If and not your play specifically, but like the general thought there, like, all right, like me, JJ, I only have my U.S. passport. I want to go get dual citizenship in Portugal. Like, how does that play out in crypto if I use my Portugal citizenship being taxed potentially even more than I would have if I would have just KYC with the
Well,
US.
okay. Well, first off, so for if you're thinking just about crypto, there, okay, so like in Portugal, for instance, like Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, is becoming like a regional capital of crypto. And they're, pretty friendly to crypto there. So same thing in like Poland, so there's some countries that are very friendly with crypto because they're trying to become like world leaders in it. Certain countries are trying to, they're trying to raise their status internationally. And, like look at El Salvador, right? El Salvador is trying to become a world leader in Bitcoin and, you know, kind of pulling themselves out of being a poor nation by being a world leader in crypto. So they have very friendly crypto laws. You were talking about Puerto Rico, same thing in Puerto Rico. They're very, very friendly crypto laws there. I know there's like a whole community of expats that live in San Juan, and they're all crypto people. They're all so there are, if you're focusing just on crypto, then there's a list of countries that you'd want to do that. Portugal does happen to be one of them. But for me, my pull to Portugal is one, that my grandma's from there. So, I do have some kind of like connection there. And also it's just a place I want to, it's beyond more than just crypto. It's like a place I want to own a house there,
Oh,
right?
I love
So
that. I love that.
yeah, so I want to be out, like I want to actually put roots down there. So it's more than just crypto. And yes, a lot of countries in Europe are more, collectivist, more socialist leaning. And of course they have the EU now, and they're kind of making like almost like a federal Europe now, or at least attempting to. So, yeah, some of the tax regime is not, like, it doesn't make sense. Like you're saying, if you're going just as like a tax shelter, it doesn't really make sense to do it for that reason. So there's other reasons than just like taxes. Taxes is not my, um that's not my motivation, for that. So but with like the Palua ID, doing that, the motivation there is more just having access to things that as an American I don't have access to. Things I can't, there's certain apps I can't use because I'm an American, right? They're not open to us. So Palua is the country, it's the first country that started what's called a digital residency. So they're basically selling digital, like a digital resident, um, ID. So you go, the site is rns.id, and you can go on there and it will walk you step by step what to do. You'll get like a soul-bound NFT. It's on ETH, so you have to do it on ETH. They're not set up on Sol yet, or maybe they are. Maybe they've changed since I've done it. And then you just get access to things that you wouldn't otherwise have. You wouldn't be able to, like I said, Mexi is a good example of like an exchange. Um, they stopped offering it in America. So if you KYC as an American, you can't use it. But if you set your VPN somewhere else and you KYC with that ID, then I'm fine, right? So it's just for that. It's for stuff like that. And then, um, like as far as getting passports and stuff, for me, my motivation with that has always been like, again, it's not so much about trying to avoid taxes or anything. Frankly, as an American, you, being self-employed in America, you know, y- you can use the tax code to your advantage. There's ways to, and it's all legal. There's ways to make things work in your favor. So, the last thing I would want to do is like go, like move to France, socialist country, for tax purposes. Like it's not going to really benefit me. But for other reasons, like, I mean, there's just like, i want I want to have options. So California breaks off of the United States and falls into the ocean. I'm just kidding, but just for whatever reason, I want to be able to move seamlessly around the globe because I travel a lot. So I want to just, sometimes, who knows what the future holds, right? And sometimes it's better to have other passports to get into certain countries. So that's where I'm coming from with it. And and again, look, I'm American. I'm you know red, white, and blue guy. I'm a patriotic guy. So it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with me like renouncing citizenship or anything. It's purely about purely about freedom, purely about me being able to just be nimble and move around the world in a very nimble fashion, own property. If I have citizenship in Portugal, well, now I can buy property anywhere in the EU, right? I can move seamlessly throughout the EU. So, that's my motivation for that. Um, Bringing you up here, Christian, since Dunk's not doing his job.
Well, I'm just a speaker, so I can't do my job. There we go.
I'm just messing with you. What's up, Christian?
I know.
This is kind of off topic. I was wondering about liquidity pools. If what those are, they work is like so you have a token, and then you have like a whole bunch of another
Wait,
token.
back up. I
Is
didn't
that what
hear
a liquidity
you.
pool
You
is?
You're
rugged.
rugging a little bit, Christian.
You rugged. I
Oh,
couldn't hear what you said.
liquidity pools. Is that where you have like two different tokens, right? And it's like
Yes.
so when people transfer back and forth, they're using like your liquidity pool.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have the funniest story of what happened with the freaking Rogers community. Oh my God. They were setting up some liquidity pools, right? And they had it tied to like another coin.
Oh boy.
So Rogers was sitting
Like
around like
another
2.5 mil.
like token, like
Yeah, it was GOAT.
not the Solana or USDC.
So it was GOAT. So they had like Rogers, GOAT, and this like liquidity pool. And whoever
Mm.
set it up, they did it like wonky. So Rogers was sitting at like 2.5 mil or something,
Oh
and then
boy.
all of a sudden just started diving down,
Oh boy.
and it like bottomed out at like 1.7,
Oh boy.
and then Go just fucking flew up,
Yeah. Right. Right.
and it
Because
went
Goat just
like
extracted all
all
the
new time
liquidity.
highs.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah. So like
Yeah,
in the group chat,
it's
everyone's
arbitrage
like, "What's
moments.
going on? How's it happening? Like, turn this was
Turn
like
it
out of the
off.
like market or something," and he had to like.
The only way you turn it off is you take the liquidity out of the pool. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's what I had to do.
Wait,
I was like,
real quick,
I'm just happening, and like I was just laughing my ass off.
Christian, did I hear that right? Someone asked you to turn off the liquidity
I
pool?
like it. Turn it off. That's hilarious. Turn it off.
No, it was. I mean, whoever set it up, because it wasn't me who set it up, but whoever set it
No,
up, they're like,
you
shut
don't
it
turn it
down.
off.
I mean,
we,
whatever the
we
You
we
phrasing
get
take the
is,
it,
they're
Dunk.
just
We're
liquidity
just
like,
out.
laughing at it.
I mean,
We're
I
just
get it.
laughing.
That's great. That's great. The
Yeah,
technicalities. Y'all understand what
yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
all put a bunch of money into coin, and then all of a sudden we just oopsed it into, launching the other one. But actually, I think it ended up kind of good because there weren't a ton of holders in GOAT, so it's not really like it's holding strong.
No, it's probably great. No, it's great for Goat. Whoever had Goat, yeah, they came out a winner there. Good for them.
Do you know any of their reasoning why they decided to pair those two coins? Was there logic behind it?
I'm not sure what all they're up to. Like they're figuring out crypto for the first time. I honestly don't know why they have multiple coins other than just Rogers.
Yeah, they're figuring it out,
And you
Dunk.
have like group chatting, and they're like
Yeah.
they're all over the place, but they're doing good. Honestly, they're doing good. It's just they're so new to crypto.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I talked to one of the guys that you had kind of brought over from there. Um, I can't remember
Oh,
his
was it
name. Is it
Doomer?
Doomer? That's yeah, Doomer, Doomer. Yep, Doomer. That
Yeah,
was it.
Doomer's tight.
Yeah, I like that guy. Yeah, I was just kind of going back and forth with him. and he was, kind of saying the same thing. Like a lot of people there kind of new to it and kind of come from diverse backgrounds, I guess. The UFO community, interesting backgrounds. But yeah,
Not all
no,
crypto.
not at all, not at all. Hence why
It's fun though.
probably they did that
So
pool.
it's such a unique community for crypto, to be honest, because
Yeah,
the crypto people are only
you're rugging really bad,
all
bro.
this and that.
Yeah, rugged for me too.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Christian. You sound like the Matrix.
What did they say before that movie came out?
Robot,
Like when somebody was on,
robot.
you sound like
Yeah,
a robot. Like I guess I mean we didn't have smartphones back then, so I guess that we weren't all chatting like
yeah.
this.
Isn't it amazing how like calls never dropped in the '90s? It's amazing. Never had a dropped call.
It's because
Maybe it was
we
attached to
were
the wall.
hardwired into
That's right.
the modem.
Never had a dropped call.
So I was listening to the radio and a Blink 182 song came on, right? And it was singing. I'm like, what the hell is what the hell is caller ID? I'm
Oh,
like,
right.
I
Yeah,
bet if some kid hears that,
right.
they'd be saying, what is caller ID? Is that
Yeah,
like
seriously, what
that
is
was
that?
just if anybody's young, there was this thing, this box that you would buy,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd put it in between the wall and the phone, and it would show either just a phone number, or if you were lucky, maybe they had their name on file, it would show the person
An
that's calling you.
entirely different
So
device. Yeah.
device just to show you who was calling you. And not everybody had it. So you'd call somebody, for all them pranks that we were doing, and be like, hey,
Oh
this
my
is blah blah blah.
God.
Like, no, I see. And like, oh, you're one of those people. And then you would, what does it start? What was the
Star
callback?
69.
Was the
Yeah,
star 69, yeah. You can star 69 people and call them right
yeah,
back.
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that's so funny. I forgot about that. Yeah, prank calls. I remember prank calls. Yeah.
But there was a way that you could I remember there was some sort of code that I
Star
discovered where I
88.
was able to put it
Star
in.
Star
Is
88.
that what it is?
Yeah,
Star
yeah.
88 where it would
It
block
would
the
block
caller
it.
ID
Yeah, yeah,
and the star 69. It was so great.
yeah, yeah. Star
I love
88
to
would
grow up in
block
the
it.
80s and 90s.
Yep. Star 88, dude. Is your
And that's
refrigerator
all.
I wonder
running?
if that still works.
Go out and catch it. That was one of my favorite prank
Now
calls. What?
I'm still.
Couldn't,
Ooh,
Christian, can't hear you, dude. Star six
six
seven.
seven
Okay, okay.
star 69 sounded too good
Oh,
to be
okay.
true.
I whatever. It's because everyone always says 69 now. Star 67. That's it. And it was also Star 88, right? Right, Danny?
No, I didn't ever use the star 88, but star 69
I think it
would
was
tell
Star
you
88 to
who
block it.
called, and star 67 would block it.
Oh, Star 67
Mm.
would block it. Okay, okay. I thought it
Yeah.
was Star 88. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, those were great. I do remember that. I do remember doing that. Being like 12 years old and like calling random numbers and
And
doing
now
prank calls.
I have a landline though. I have a
Could
landline
you
at home now,
imagine getting
but
that
it goes
now?
to
Could you imagine like kids doing that now? Like,
trying to figure it out.
like
No,
doing
I
well,
have a
no, it's just like
landline.
it's just such a different culture now because now like no one, you don't like pick numbers up that you don't, whereas
Don't
back,
know. If I don't know your number, I'll send
well
you a text
well and back
person.
then it was like scratching a lotto ticket. You just answered the phone because you just, you didn't know who was calling. It just the phone rang and you picked it up. So it
Hmm.
was hello? Yeah, just,
Well, you didn't. It wasn't like every other phone call was a
right,
scammer.
right. So everyone just picked up every phone call. Like you couldn't do that now. It wouldn't be fun to do that anymore.
There were still scammers back then that would call you, but it wasn't as
Yeah,
bad as it is
sure.
now. It's ridiculously bad now.
God, I can't remember
But
any of the prank calls that I would do. I'm trying to remember some of them. I know I had a blast doing it, but I can't remember. I definitely remember laughing my ass off with my friends, but I can't.
and there was
They're-
so many good little things that you could think back, like I gotta hit my hands on the Anarchist Cookbook when I was
Oh
a
my
kid. That
God.
whole thing
You're
fit.
like a
That
school
whole thing.
shooter. Holy shit.
That little thing fit on one floppy.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, dude. Cool, bro. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the space.
Yeah, fam.
You don't want to know the
Yeah,
kind of stuff
Dunk.
that's in that
That's
thing.
super cool, bro.
Yeah, that's like
Um,
FBI.
So you know it was in that book, huh?
FBI is gonna be
that's like,
knocking on
I
your
know.
door next.
That's like some Columbine
let,
shit, dude. How did you
let's
get
just
that?
say,
Like, seriously, how?
I mean, I think it was the internet. I think we found it, and then it was like that time when you would like pass copies of floppies around at school, and that was the thing. Like you'd have somebody would have it at school. Actually, that I remember now. Somebody had it at school, and you would have like somebody
Yeah,
would like
my
give
crew,
it
we'd
to you
like
to
pass
take it
around a
home, and you'd make a
Playboy and
copy.
stuff, not like how to make
Yeah.
fertilizer
He
bombs, but
downloaded it from LimeWire.
okay, LimeWire.
Maybe somebody did, yeah, but we did have fun blowing stuff up.
God dang,
Wait,
dude.
what?
You
Not
guys,
anything illegal,
you
nothing
guys
illegal.
got down a
And by the
little
way,
bit different. Okay,
Fam,
yeah.
fam,
you
fam.
could find a lot
It,
of gunpowder in M80s.
it,
Let me
it,
tell you.
it doesn't matter what you're blowing up that's illegal or not. The fact that you're using these substances to build a bomb is the
Yeah.
illegal fact, fam. Like it doesn't matter.
I didn't build.
Like,
No, yeah. I was just changing the over-the-counter stuff into something else.
oh, bro, you're just digging the grave deeper, fam. Yo, I'm
What do
telling
you
you,
mean you can't
yo,
I
mix
don't
gasoline and fertilizer?
understand. Nah.
That's why your eyebrows don't
But
grow anymore. Okay, got it.
no, they're just
Got it.
super blonde, man. I believe it or not, you've seen me. There are eyebrows there. They're just like white.
They've just been permanently singed. God damn.
No, but we so maybe this being a little tiny bit more incriminating stuff. My friend who actually did this part, not me. Anybody listening, he put the M80 basically into a pen, and it went off and exploded and stabbed him a bunch of times and burned his entire arm. And we told my parents that he fell on his
That's
GoPed.
amazing. No, he fell down. He fell down. I
He
love
fell
he
down. He
fell
got
down.
gunpowder
It
burned
was
down his arm.
like
it's like
gunpowder tattoos. Yeah.
it's like you show up home with like a gunshot wound to like your leg, and you
I
tell your
fell
mom like
down.
I fell off the bike.
Fell.
I fell down, Mom. Oh man.
But yeah,
Dang.
that was fun.
Yeah, so I never like blew shit up. I did do some ding dong ditch. I did do that.
Mm.
Um I didn't really make the full on anarchist cookbook shit, dude. That's wild, bro. That's why I'm not gonna like that's wild, bro. I'm not gonna damn, that is
But
yeah.
the irony is that that stuff is just like available on the
Well now
internet
yeah,
now.
now
There's
it's
like this
just
thing
like
that everybody's
every
like, oh, there's
13
this
year old
thing with this
has it.
floppy, and
Yeah.
it's like you just ask Google, and I mean they might backtrack that stuff nowadays, but it's like it's
Like
crazy
back in the
what we
90s though,
thought
that would
was
like create a Waco
that was
event.
hard to
Yeah, right. Like
yeah. Hmm. If they found that with on you at school, that would be a
oh
thing.
yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
we're gonna enter the biggest RICO case ever, like with
Yeah, I
Giraffe
know.
just being
We're like I think we're in
associated
trouble now.
by
Yeah.
association with Dunk. Like it's just not good, bro.
I,
We
Joseph Glazer, do not know anyone named Dunk. I'm just being very clear
Neither do
here.
I.
we
I
need
I think that's my real
we need
name.
to tell Gary that part of his hiring frenzy for all of this analysis to hire a fucking like lawyer team to to get Dunk out of fucking jail.
before you go away, Dunk, we need you to make those videos on the stacker too, please.
Okay,
So
I'll make sure that I
make
do
sure,
those
and I need
first.
you to help me out with a few other things over here. So let's make sure we get that
Okay,
wrapped up.
before they take me away.
Yeah, before you have to like
And
enter a plea.
and when they put me when they put me away for the thing that there's no that what I was like, what,
12. Yeah,
9,
right. 9. Damn. All right.
12? What? Why would I wait until I was 12? That seems like a
Jesus.
long wait. What?
All right. 9. That's
I
serious.
I I was not a well supervised
No,
child.
neither was I, but god dang, dude. I just didn't have access to that stuff. That's all.
Nah, yeah, I mean, like, it would be like we'd get like fireworks for like the 4th of July or New Year's, and
You know
they didn't
what?
want
I
to
have
use that
noticed
for.
that's a big difference in Southern California. Everyone does fireworks down here. We did not do that in Northern
Hmm.
California.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more stuff. Well, I mean, there's stuff that could burn here, obviously, but
Well, it's not. It's just not even that. It's just I like we didn't really like no one really had firecrackers and stuff. When I moved down here, I remember the first year that I moved down, like all my neighbors and stuff were out doing firecrackers and fireworks and
hmm
like that. Yeah, that just never really happened up there where I came from.
yep. It to for a place that it's not legal, it happens
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
around here.
Like every 4th of July, there's like actual
Well, it
fireworks.
feels like we're in a
Yeah,
war
yeah.
zone, like a war zone going off or all around
Pretty.
us.
It's pretty
It's
wild,
great.
actually. Well, I think it's just because we're so close to Mexico, so they all just yeah,
It's easy. That's
yeah.
actually how we got the fireworks that we played around with that
Right,
random book that
right.
I had. Um,
That makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah.
Like my street always looks like a freaking battlefield every 4th of July. There's like so much smoke, and it's pretty wild, actually.
And they're right. You're really close to a school too.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez.
No one gets in trouble either. It's just every year and I mean it's like a fireworks show on my street. It's freaking crazy.
Hmm.
Like the real
I can
ones, like the
imagine.
real
Yeah.
ones, like that go like
Mhm.
mortars
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Yep. But you're right. I think it's just because you're so close to
yeah,
Mexico, easy to go
yeah.
get them.
Totally available here. And then Danny
Hmm.
probably just made his own because that's the southern way. So he would just mix up it wasn't even a firework, it was just a gas can, and they would just shoot it with a shotgun or something. Hold my beer. So,
Man, I didn't know I'd be so judged for my reading, my leisure
well, that's
reading
not
life.
leisure.
So
That's why. That's not leisure. Come on. Come on. You
Yeah, what
yeah, I'm always I'm
start
just
talking
always
about
learning.
Turner Diaries and the
I,
Anarchist Cookbook and shit.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah, I don't think that's a legit defense, leisure reading when we're talking about facing like domestic terrorist charges pending. Like, just saying.
I was just saying, I would like, do some prank calls and stuff, and then it escalated into like, domestic terrorism. Like we went from prank call to Oklahoma City real quick. Like real quick. Things went 0 to 60 there pretty quick.
Yeah, that shit never left my backyard.
I know.
So
We're just messing around, dude. Just messing around.
it was just two unsupervised friends that got into trouble together. That's all that happened.
No, I actually had a friend who was probably like you. I had a pyromaniac friend, this kid Mark, crazy son of a bitch. He would have fit right in with you, Dunk. Right in with you.
I was the innocent one in this scenario, by the way. I was the more
I can
innocent one,
actually
just so
I
you
can
know.
probably I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, believe it or not. All of my siblings and myself fell into that thing where parents weren't paying attention, so we all made some pretty bad friends. Let me tell you.
Is is
Real
that
quick.
is that how you ended up in film? And I'm done after that. Go ahead.
Is that how I ended up in film? Making bad friends? No, people that I work with are great. Most of the things that people say about the film industry is just a bunch of people that have no idea what they're talking about, that have an opinion about something that they have no right having an opinion about. Like that's no joke. All the things like, oh, this is the thing going on there. Unless like I'm in it. It's all most of it is bullshit. So that's I think that's the case for
I'm
most
gonna
things.
say
Like
that's
people they just
everything. Yeah, that's everything.
yeah.
Literally everything.
Like I get that same thing with my parents. They're like, "Oh, do you have this thing that you're like?" They think that I live in like this evil, sinful industry. I'm like, "Thanks for so much faith in the industry that I chose to take part in. That you have zero understanding of, obviously." But you're right. It is everything, though.
Yeah. And look, it's not like Hollywood's known for being, super wholesome. So,
No,
like most
it's
things,
it's
there's a
it
shade of truth
it's a
to it.
business.
Yeah.
it's a business, and that's kind of like the nature of anything that I'd say. Any business that what's the point of any business? To make money. That's it. Bottom line. That's what a business does. It creates a product of some sort and it sells it and makes money. Film industry is no different. It's a business, and its sole purpose is to increase its amount of money for its investors and
I
shareholders.
just can't wait to see some of the artwork that comes out of today's conversation. Bearded bong man, long neck, like Manny. I'm really counting on you guys. I want to see some good stuff here. I want some good content out of this. I want to see like Dunk standing in front of an explosion or something. So get to work, Bearded. Get to work. Come on, Larry. Do not disappoint me, Manny, please. Maui, are you free yet? Are you ready to announce your winner? And we have a friend of the community who is Laser Ace is doing his I always want to call it a stream space. Sorry, he's doing his space at 1:45 my time. So if you guys want to go support him, I'm gonna post it up here. Um, Dunk, do you have his space, or let me see? I think I have it.
I can go find him.
I think I have it. I'll find it.
I know I saw it in the feed, so it's probably on his profile, but I can go to
I
it.
got it right here. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it up here for us.
Welcome back, Maui
Hey,
Mitzi.
I'm just walking into the kitchen. I need to get over to my notebook and do my very, very technical
I
drawing.
know it's
I know.
it's super advanced.
Okay, so this is going to be funny. Oh, I'm just give me, give me 5 minutes, and we'll have a
Okay,
winner.
okay, do your thing. Take your time. No rush, Maui. We still got 12 minutes till 12:30. And look, guys, I just put up Laser Ace's space. It's pinned up top. So if you guys want to go support him, I'm sure I'll pop in there for a little bit. Dunk and I will probably pop in there
Oh yeah, I'll definitely stop
and
by.
say what's up. Um,
Just set that reminder right now.
you know what, Dunk? I was so busy before starting this, man. I didn't call you. I wanted to call you and try to get this set up on the stream too. It's like one thing. I'll
You-
actually let you describe it, Dunk, because I don't have the right terminology at all, and I just say the word "thing" too much. I'll be like, the thing will be on the thing, so you guys can see the thing. Um, because what we're gonna start doing with this is like having it. We'll be talking in here.
the word you're looking for is syndicating.
There you go. Okay, you take it
Is the
away.
word.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, just basically syndicating the content. So one way we're here hanging out, and anybody could do this, by the way, just copy us. But the way that we get discovered is by sharing this content out to as many people as possible. So if you're creating a space about draft or whatever, you could send it to all your other social platforms. And that's what we're trying to create. So we could take these spaces where we're here and then also share it out to other platforms and basically repurpose the content and as well as live. And that way, more people on different platforms will learn about it. And then the idea is to drive the traffic back to the space where they could join the conversation. Because hey, you know what? If not hanging here on X, they're never going to find our space,
All right,
right?
so let me go ahead and translate this into non-domestic terrorist terms. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stream this to YouTube while we're in here talking. So, people who don't come into X or who are just on YouTube and stuff will be able to discover us. There's the translation. How did I do?
You did
Okay.
great.
I
You
just
did
didn't
great.
do it as technical as you get all
Yeah.
Unabomber with it. Get all super
The
technical.
secret is just to add in one big word, and everybody thinks that you're just so smart. It's
Yeah, I know,
amazing.
but then with people like me who aren't smart, we just
So
get
smart.
lost.
I mean, I didn't think that syndicating was a big word, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
syndicate.
can you please spell that and use that in a sentence?
Yeah, right.
Um,
Country of origin.
I mean, English. It's syndication. It's like Simpsons is syndicated to a different network because, hey, that show, like it's like when something is on a network and then it ends up, like Friends, for instance, was on NBC, but then they had replays on like other channels. That means it's syndicated to another network. So that
That's why
might
English is
might make any
Greek,
sense.
actually. But yeah, sure. Yes.
You've heard of the word syndicate?
Yeah, of course.
It's all very similar. It's all similar words with similar meanings.
That's what you're in here for. You're
Syndicate.
in here for that dunk.
Syndicate. Syndicate is like you take one entity and it's basically a bunch of pieces to one entity. It's a syndicate.
All right,
The
give me
same
1
thing.
second. I'm
It-
fact checking you right now. Where's my Grok at?
See, this is the beauty of Chat GPT and Google, is I don't need to know anything ever again for the rest of my life. Whenever I have any curiosity, I can just look it up.
Wait, JJ, you're fact checking me about syndication. The meaning of the
Yeah,
word syndication.
I was just kidding, but yeah, I was just kidding. I know it from like radio shows being syndicated, but also like putting
Same thing. Yeah.
together like a deal,
Hmm.
like a real estate deal that you're trying to buy a shopping mall, but you can't do it by yourself, so you go ahead and syndicate a deal to get a bunch of investors together to
Hmm. Yep.
share the
Hmm.
equity and liability.
Exactly.
Join us
And for instance, like
tomorrow at 12:25 for another vocabulary word, guys. We're gonna do this every day from now on.
It's a
Dunk
spelling.
is gonna pick a word.
It's a spelling bee.
well, I said
Yeah,
a
there's gonna
word
be
and
a
you said it was
spelling
like a
test on
big
Friday.
techie word. It's a techie word.
Join us tomorrow, guys. You'll get the second word. Make sure you
I'll
study.
think of
Make sure you
something.
study.
I'll say here's a profile of Joe. Come up with all the words that will confuse him, and I will say them all the time.
Goldfish brain, bro. How we doing, Maui? Oh, she popped down there. So I think she's still working on the list. You
She's working on the
There's some
list,
new
and she's
people in here.
at the door.
Pirate, Lupin, Boss. Make sure you guys have joined the giveaway. Make sure you guys join the giveaway.
It's up pinned to the top if you need to grab it.
Got like 2 minutes
It's like
left. Whereas I think it's probably the very first one.
I think it's the
Yeah.
very first one. So you go all the way to the right.
What's up, Boysel? Okay, here's Maui. Hey, Maui. How we looking?
Or not any more minutes.
Oh, now we're done. So if you didn't get in, you didn't get in.
There'll be
And
other
this was very
opportunities for more
scientific.
DVD.
It's all for coin. I dropped the coin for dropping the coin to the winner. And when you look in the thread of this room, you'll find the winner announced.
Oh,
Oh, let's see.
Drum roll, please. Do they have
Oh,
it?
whoa!
Lupin. Good job.
Lupin.
Lupin.
That
Lupin.
deserves a read.
So I
No,
had the coin, the
I just
winning penny.
invited him to speak.
I held it above my piece of paper
Okay.
and I dropped it down, and that's where it
I
ended
love
on
it.
Lupin.
I love it. Amazing.
And I do notice that he's entered all of the giveaways. So, that's kind of cool. And yeah, Lupin, you're smiling. You're going to cry all the
Just
way to
one.
50 Gary in your bank.
That's right. 50 Gary is yours, brother.
And then we had a winner this morning in JJ's space, and that was Maverick. And so now that I am on lunch break,
Maverick.
I will be able to send out the coin, and I'll put out proof of send.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for playing, everybody. Maverick, winner.
Yeah.
Lupin, winner. There it is.
And my winner from the very first giveaway was Turi. And actually, as I was driving up to deliver lunch, I saw that they had said thank you in the post when I put the proof of send in their profile. And I said, thanks for playing, and come stick around and see what we're doing.
Let me ask you, Maui, that what is that in the background there? Is that a pillow?
That's my bag.
Oh, it's a bag.
It's a
Okay.
bag. I put the straps behind it, but I have them in pillows. I've got 5 different giraffe and NFT pillows, and then I have 3 different bags. Vicky creates them using Amazon merch, using my giraffes. She can create them for anyone, and you can actually go and purchase that on Amazon
It's pretty
right
cool.
now. So yeah, way cool. It's kind of her offerings. She'll create the link for you for just a nominal Gary fee.
There it
Uh,
is.
and so that's that's one of her offers that she has, and she also creates small books.
You know
But yeah,
what? I think we need to do another flash giveaway right here because
We did it. We
Dunk,
did it.
you muted
What?
everybody. Damn you.
Yeah, because I was trying to hit the
totally
button.
cut off.
I know. Totally. Dunk. All right. Well,
I was trying to hit the
I know.
button.
I hate when that happens. It's so annoying. It's
They,
so
that's
annoying.
this is like a huge thing. They need to put that in
Whoop,
It's
whoop,
there.
so
whoop,
annoying.
whoop.
I
There's the
know.
button. Flash giveaway. Flash giveaway. What is it?
So I was gonna say we need to do a flash giveaway where Sleepy Squirrel's the winner because Sleepy Squirrel has put together the very first meme of Dunk blowing up. If you Dunk is riding a rocket that blows up in the sky. So I think
That's what I get for
I
creating
think
that.
he
Sleepy, just send me
GM
your.
cusses.
Let me see. Are you in this giveaway? Sure, you are somewhere, but repost your wallet, and I've got some extra Gary
Yep,
to
and then there goes Manny. Manny,
give
that's
away.
another winner there, Manny. Yo, okay. Yeah, Manny,
Okay,
these are
25
fire.
and 25, Manny and
Yeah, Manny and Sleepy Squirrel deserve something
Listen,
there.
screw
Those are
Jammies.
fire, dude. Good job. Good job,
okay,
Manny.
I'm
You
writing
did
it
not
down.
disappoint. Did not.
Gosh, Manny.
That's super Unabomber. I love it.
Yo, and instead of saying Gary, it says
I know,
scary.
Gary.
scary. Yeah, it's so good. Scary. I love it. And then I like the other one there too, where he's like holding the like little giraffe. Like oh,
Not the red wire.
that is good, dude. Good job, guys. You did not disappoint. Did not disappoint. Very, very good. Proud of you. Proud of you guys. Um,
Okay, that's way cool.
well, there it is. So you guys see what happens. You tune in, you can win Gary. You can hear funny stories. Where else would you rather be? Where else would you rather be other than here? Come on.
That's right here with
They
you.
showed up and I had fan art.
I know, dude. There's your fan art now. Your fan art's going to be a mix of Gary Club with, like a little bit of Unabomber peppered in there. It's pretty nice. I like it. It fits. It fits. I like it.
It kind
It
of
no,
does.
it does. I know. I just look at the background on that one where it's like Dunk and Scary. Just all the bottles. I love that's it's hilarious.
It's casual, man.
And then yeah, the one there like where you're on the set. I love it. That's it's very good. Good job, guys. Good job.
Very fun, way fun. Okay, so if you guys want to, I think I'm friends, DM me your wallet addresses. I'll get that sent out to you. Winners all the way around.
Congratulations, winners. And then what happens? What happens next? Maui, was that the last of the extra coin there?
So I had 300 extra coin, 50, and with what I've just done right now, it used up 200 of it.
Okay.
So I do have an extra 100 for whatever might come up next. What I know that I wanted to do next, I wanted to do these freebies in between the raffle.
Okay.
So like I said earlier, I'm going to start the raffle tomorrow morning. I'm going to get up before Gary's stream, and I put it in so it's early East Coast time,
Okay.
middle of the night West Coast time.
So kind of stand by basically for the next.
Right.
Okay. So everyone stand by for the next iteration of the Maui Nancy giveaway.
And it just might be a Sunday giveaway. Well, I want the raffle
Ah,
to sell out first.
okay.
But then Boy Sal and I are going to do a giveaway that he just doesn't even know about
Oh,
yet. So there
there
we
it
are.
is. There it is.
So we're going to
And
do a combo Stacker Gary giveaway. I've
here's the
got it
thing,
all.
guys. I'm telling you right now, unless you want a letter from Dunk showing up to your house, somebody better be buying a giraffe. And let me tell you, you do not want a letter from Dunk. I'm telling you right now. So somebody better
It's
be buying a
explosive.
giraffe. Yeah,
It's very explosive news
it's
if you get that letter.
explosive news. If you wink, wink, get what we mean.
Oh, that's too funny. Not the explosive news. Oh my.
There it is, the letter. Come
It'll
on,
hit
boys.
you
You
with
know what
a
you need to
big
do.
bang. Okay.
And make sure that the return address is Maui Nancy,
Going out with a boom.
Yeah.
I think Maui Nancy just dropped one of those. I can't tell you what we're doing. It's probably pretty illegal, but we're doing it. I'm like, let's do it. Let's go.
He's in. No
I
I'm
think
questions
in.
you trust
asked.
me by
Probably
now.
illegal.
I love this community. I love you all. I hope you guys know how much I love you all. I really do.
The feelings mutual. Feelings mutual.
I mean,
And we're not worried about doing a few illegal things, are we?
brother, my middle name is illegal. Come on. Jesus.
That
I'm
would
the
make
guy
so much
with,
sense.
trying to get passports and shit. Come on. I'm down, brother. I'm down for the cause. What are we doing? What's going on? What's happening? Talk to me. Talk to me.
I could think of plenty of illegal
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
But
Never mind. Not
we'll just
JJ.
me.
Talk to me is what I mean.
Well, maybe not.
JJ. You talk to me. Dunk stuff's kind of on a different level.
All right, are we doing legal or illegal? I
Yeah,
need to know
right.
what mindset I'm in.
Hey, the
You're more
truth
my
is
speed.
everything's legal.
Yeah,
Everything's legal until you get caught. So
there it
let's just
is.
call it what it is.
There it is.
I don't know
That's
that.
what I thought.
Hey, Lupin and Sleepy, I just see that you sent me your wallets. Thanks for doing that.
All right, cool. Well, Lupin,
My
congratulations. Sleepy, congrats on that. Good job, Sleepy. And Manny, to the winners. Good job. Nothing but winners in this community. Winners. Many people say this community has nothing but winners. It's pretty much what I hear. Many people say we're the best community.
That's C2M's
We're
quote.
the best community. It's a tremendous community, the best community. Never been a community better than our community.
It's
It's
absolutely tremendous. It's
the best
wonderful. Billions and
community.
billions of people that we're doing.
It's the best community.
You talk like Trump, bro. I love it. That's exactly what this is.
It's the
You nailed
best.
it.
Yes.
It is the best.
Tremendous. It's tremendous
Name me
community.
one that's better. I bet
Never
no
been a
one here
better
can name a
community.
better one.
It's never been a better community. Many people say that. All right. Well, I think what we should do after all this excitement is calm down, let Dunk catch his breath so he doesn't, mix up the green and red wire. It's the last thing we want to have happen.
There's different
Yeah,
colored wires.
exactly. And
He's
Oh, he's
colorblind.
colorblind.
frankly, I need Dunk too much. Like I need him in a very practical way. So, for me to be successful, I need Dunk. We have a very symbiotic relationship. So there's your word, Dunk, symbiotic. There you go. Can use that tomorrow.
No, you can't have two big words in the same. You can't have two big words in the same
Okay.
space.
So for
That's wrong.
tomorrow, you symbiosis tomorrow.
I'll find some way to
Yeah,
weave
Can we
there we
get
go.
some reactions? My wife's finally part of the giraffe fam officially after getting our freaking Solana move from Coinbase. She's in.
She's in.
Yeah, well,
She's in.
Why? Well, my question is, why did she take so long? What's going on,
Our
Mrs.
Coinbase,
Boycell?
she bought $1,000 worth of Solana for the first time ever on Coinbase like 7 or 8 days ago, and they're holding all of her money up. So then I went to go buy a bunch of Solana, and they held my money up, and so they put a hold
Coinbase
on
is
it.
the
So we've been stuck this.
worst.
It's the
You
worst.
bought it through a bank transfer, right?
No, I did it with my my debit card.
If you,
Oh, really?
They
So they
just
still
do
do it
that.
it's
with your
Yeah.
usually
debit
it's
card.
usually for the first time. I'm surprised that they if unless you had it either, Adrian, but usually for the first time on Coinbase to like get your funds, it like there's a hold period out there to unlock like that bridge. Um, my Coinbase account, and it took like a few days for my ETH to get. Remember, Dunk. You know, we were going through that phase.
ETH was also slow.
I mean that part too, but remember we were going through the phase like in the community, like letting people, community members know that you know they need to like ramp on and ramp off uh their ETH like for the mint.
Just to have the
Yeah,
experience.
to have the experience because you didn't want the mint to come, try to transfer money, and then like wait 10 days for your funds to get out. But all that to say, yo, I'm super excited that the mint is joined, fam. That's super.
Thanks. Yeah, I've transferred well over in 81 days since I've launched my coin. I've transferred well over $10,000 in cash out of my bank into Solana, and I never had any delays or issues with this entire process. And this was the first transaction where I went and sent, I think, $1,500 over, and it literally took like 8 or 9 days for me to get over, and they still are holding up $500 of it still.
Do you have Coinbase One?
I have Coinbase One and everything. I reached out to their
And
support.
that still happened?
Yep, still happened. My wife didn't, and I kind of understood it on her side, but for me, it was like, don't worry, I'll just buy it for you, and then you just pay me back when yours clears. She's like, cool. And it's literally, they held mine up for like 8 days, 9
It's
days.
the worst.
Are you guys on the same bank account? Like, is it coming from a joint bank account? Because
Nope.
maybe the bank account got flagged. Nope. Oh, yeah, I
Two
don't.
completely different bank accounts. Yeah, we're not even, she doesn't even have my last name changed. So it's like, there's no connection there.
Address? Maybe there's the same
Uh,
home address?
no,
DYC?
because I have all my mail goes to my
I'm telling
business
you
office. It
this.
doesn't
I'm
come to my
telling you
house.
this, dude. I hear this with everybody at that place. This is, you know, I always so like the way I onboard money on chain is I use crypto.com,
Oh,
and that is I just
huh.
you know will onboard there. It's always available, you know, like minutes.
Wow.
And so like whenever I need to go from like cash to on chain, you know, I just onboard it there and then I
Gary, huh.
transfer it outside
Mhm.
to, you know, Solana or MetaMask or wherever the fuck it needs to go.
Gary gave me an address for a site called Sphere.
Yeah,
Sphere
Sphere.
Ramp,
Yeah, Sphere's good.
spherepay.co.
Yeah, Sphere's good.
I probably should make a video on that.
Sphere's
Yeah,
a good
do a
one.
video on that.
Yeah.
I know. I got a list.
Right. Yeah, seriously.
So yeah, no, Sphere's really good too. Sphere's really good. Anyway, guys, I want to wrap it up here. I did put it's the third one over now. That space for Laser Ace. If you guys want to go pop in and support him, that will be in like an hour from now. I'll probably pop in there. I know Dunk and I are going to be working on some stuff for you guys. So stand by. Dunk and I have so much cool shit for you guys. Like it's going to be amazing. So we just need time to get everything ready. But I'm telling you guys, like if you just hang tight, man, it's worth the wait. It's going to be really awesome what we're going to be delivering. Like really, it's just going to be awesome. So stand by on that, guys. We're turning some major corners here. It's right around the corner. So got that coming, and then it looks like we need to get some cells going, guys. So talk to your friends, lie to your grandma, tell your grandma you need some money, go buy a giraffe, do something like that because we need to get a cell going. Yeah, Boysel, what's going on?
I'm buying. I'm
Let's
buying
go.
another one. Yeah, I'm just getting ready, throwing my suit jacket on here, going to a meeting, and then as soon as that meeting's over at this coffee shop, I'm literally jumping in and buying another giraffe. So I'll have to
Bam,
use the
there it
spear
is.
ramp or something.
You grab that rabbit ear
Good
one?
man.
No, I actually have the
That
one
one?
picked out already. I know what I'm grabbing. So
Oh, you got one that you're picking.
yeah, I'm
Nice.
picking it right off the Magic Eden.
Good man. Good man.
Mhm.
All right,
Beautiful.
guys.
So I can, Adrian, I can share that you'll be buying, let's say, before 4 o'clock our time, more like
Yep.
3.
So my meeting with him starts at 1:30, so 2:30. Yeah, right around 3. It'll be 3:15
Okay.
probably.
Because 4 o'clock's when we hit
The
There's
deadline.
a
Yeah.
bewitching
bewitching
hour.
hour,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, there we go.
Definitely.
Hey, I said bewitching hour.
But what I'd say is
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
if you go and look and somebody's bought it, you might want to
Right.
wait until after 4. See?
I'll let
That's
you know,
hilarious.
Adrian.
Okay.
I'll let
Yeah,
you
let me
know.
know. Okay,
Okay.
cool. Sweet.
Yeah, we need to be strategic about this, guys.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Joe.
And then the stacker is going to launch, and then we're just going to buy them every single one listed, and then we're like, oh,
You
nothing's
know what's
listed.
amazing is like
Hmm.
July is going to come around, July, August, when we all have our stackers and stuff. And like, we're going to look back on this time and be like, wow, we thought all these things were so important. Now we have our stacker.
Joe will have an island, and he won't even be
What
Oh,
does
yeah.
utilized
our
anymore. He'll have
That's
like an
right.
AI
I'll
version of
have like
himself doing it
17
for you.
different passports. I'll be,
What does
you
our
know,
life look like when each of our stackers that we do want to list are listed for like 1,000 Solana or 10,000 that are
exactly.
like in the hundreds of thousands?
I'm still going to drive my
Yeah,
Corolla.
me too. No, you know, I'll still be driving my
Yeah.
little Scion around. I don't, you know, I don't care about the things. I want the money for the freedom, not the things. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what it's
I
about.
I like not waking up to alarms. I like traveling, stuff like that. My wife likes the nice
Hmm.
things, right? You know, so like I bought her a nice car and, clothes and stuff like that, but I don't care about that stuff. I'm good. I have my uniform. I wear my black shirt, black pants. I just realized that, yeah, I kind of dress like Johnny Cash. I'm always wearing black. Yeah, I have my uniform. It was said, grown men should have a uniform, wear the same thing every day, so I don't have to think about it. And yeah, I'm good.
Albert Einstein, taking one from his book, and Steve
Yeah,
Jobs
there you
did
go.
the same
Sure,
thing.
I didn't do it because of that, but sure, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Albert Einstein had a row of the same pair of
Me
clothes in his
too. If you
closet, right?
open
And
my
then he was
drawers,
asked
look,
why.
I'm telling you, if you
He's
open my
hmm
drawers, everything it's nothing but a bunch of black black Sax shirts. That's it. Nothing, just black shirts, and then
hmm
my black pants. And then when I need to look nice, then I just have some of my sports coat and I just throw a sports coat on top of it. That's it. It's the
Yep.
same.
You don't have to put any mental energy because did you know, guys, that one of the things that you burn most calories and energy with is thinking?
Yeah, I know.
Crazy,
It's
right?
actually true. Yeah.
Damn,
All
I would
right.
be really skinny
Wait,
then.
I should
yeah,
be
that's what I was
skinny. I
gonna say.
know.
Well, yeah,
What the hell?
Thinking burns calories, people.
what's going on here? I do all the thinking.
I know.
And I'm
Hey,
still fat.
Manny, I know you're busy making those funny things, but send me your wallet so I can send it off. Sleepy Squirrel, I sent you 25 Gary. Lupin Soul, you got your 50 Gary. And then I just need Manny, and then I have to go find the winner's uh, address in that long ass thread
That's
for
right.
JJ's. Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys.
Thanks.
Well,
See ya.
we'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, and we'll do it again.
All right. I'll let you know,
Oh,
Adrian.
is Danny in here? Nope, he's gone. Okay. Yeah, so remember, guys, tomorrow we have our regular space and then we'll do the shill space after. So we got that going on
Sweet.
tomorrow too. So, all right, guys. Love you, Giraffe family. You take care, and I will see you tomorrow. Love y'all.
Bye, everyone.